Hello everyone, welcome to the Anime Recap Media YouTube channel. Please like the video, subscribe to help our channel and enjoy this full video.
Maru was bored and decided to spend his time in an old arcade. He was picked on by a group of thugs. However, little did they know that Maru was excellent in hand-to-hand combat. He was able to beat them all up with ease. Just when one of them was about to escape, Kuruko got a hold of the thug and beat him up too. Following this, Maru explained how he met Mikura, and how she trained him to kill Hirokos, or man-eaters. Mikura even confirmed that he was the only one capable of killing them, which is why he is tasked with reaching heaven. Kuruko leaves Maru behind and decides to go in search of some more information. She overheard someone talking about the Ministry of Reconstruction, and recollected a conversation that she once had with Robin regarding the same. Kuruko soon returned to the room. Maru talks about the war collapse theory. According to this theory, humans built robots to make their lives easier. However, the human race had far too much time on their hands, and therefore, started monitoring each other. This led to humans enforcing laws among themselves, which ultimately led to a war that marked the downfall of civilization. We are then transitioned to the facility built within the walls. One of the staff members noticed a footprint in the incubation room. He became suspicious and decided to step outside where the children had gathered. They were dancing and playing music, in the hopes of helping Tereo recover from the illness. Later that night, the staff member and the director gathered in the same room as Tereo. The ECG flatlined and they noted his time of death. The students were notified about the news the next morning and they offered flowers at his funeral. Tokio asked Kona about Azura and how the person died. Maru and Kuruko encountered a man from the ship who brought the remains of the man-eater. He was in search of a doctor who could keep one alive forever. Kuruko assumed that the man in question was the doc that she was searching for. However, the man had only heard rumors about this person. Tereo's remains are examined and left behind a black-colored solid object with red accents. This horrified the director as they didn't know what the object was. The protagonists following the map that they had come across in the previous town. The logic behind choosing a place like this was the assumption that a place like heaven would have absolutely clean drinking water. Upon reaching the town, they came across a young woman named Totori, who had a hotel of her own. She was about Maru's age and offered the two a room to keep their belongings while they explored the place, which had 100% safe drinking water. And upon conducting an investigation, Maru and Kuruko found two injured men. That's when they encountered a wild bear that chased them. Kuruko used her Kirubeam on a construction pole that fell on the bear and knocked it out cold. Maru was summoned to kill the bear with his Maru Touch, which he renamed Fatal Dive. He was unable to do it, and the bear regained consciousness while he was in point-blank range. Maru and Kuruko then found an elevated spot that they climbed to save themselves from the bear. They wanted to kill the bear and return to the hotel soon. Kuruko wanted to give the battery some warmth, which is why he took it out of her Kirubeam. However, she accidentally dropped it. Maru didn't want to climb down to get the battery since the bear was lurking around. Kuruko suggested the idea of Maru receiving permission to touch her chest if he went down to pick up the batteries. Knowing Maru's ulterior motives and his feelings towards Kuruko, he jumped down with no thought and picked up. He barely managed to escape the bear that was lurking around. We are then shown that Kuruko came up with a plan to kill the bear. Maru was asked to jump down and catch her when she jumped. He acted as a cushion and was instructed to run away. Kuruko fired 2 bullets into the bear's head with impeccable accuracy, killing it immediately. Maru immediately reminded Kuruko about her promise to him. She refused to comply for obvious reasons. Luckily, Totori intervened just in time and saved Kuruko from Maru. She took him to his room and offered to perform acts of sexual nature for money. She undressed herself and placed Maru's hand on her chest. The latter's nervousness and excitement turned into abject fear when he was able to use his Maru Touch on Totori, who was a human being. He called Kuruko into his room, and she was shocked to see Maru with Totori in his room, who was completely naked. The two apologized immediately, and Totori didn't mind since she was the one who had initiated it. The focus shifted towards the facility where Tokio was instructed to rest in a room. Soon, he saw Azura floating in the air, which startled him. However, he soon woke up and realized that it was a dream. The doctor in the facility gave Tokio a strange look that suggested suspicion. Soon, the scene transitioned to Maru and Kuruko. The latter realized that this was a trap that was set by the people in the town. The two managed to save Iwata, one of the injured persons and village chief. Totori expressed her interest in becoming the hotel king. However, she was quite sad the following morning since Iwata had succumbed to his injuries. Maru and Kuruko are trying to make ends meet by working odd jobs. They thought that it'd be a good idea to have a signboard that could get them more customers. Kuruko managed to catch a few freshwater fish and cook them for dinner. The scene transitioned to 2 men keeping guard from a vantage point. They saw Maru and Kuruko set up a fire, which they happened to report to a certain person named Dr. Usami. Just before the guards could bring the duo to Dr. Usami, members from Liviaman were able to get a hold of them. At this point, Maru and Kuruko understood more about this organization and why they were staunch opposers of the Immortal Order. Mizuhashi, the leader, was once a patient in the Immortal Order, and her leg was amputated. She required a metal rod that supported her leg. According to this character, there was a person who was barely alive, chopped up to pieces, and supported by numerous wired machines. The conversation steered towards the possibility of attaching a brain to robots, which made Kuruko anxious. She inquired if the doctor in her photograph was Dr. Usami. Mizuhashi immediately denied it, stating that Dr. Usami was much younger. They revealed their plans of hosting a protest that would allow Kuruko and Maru to enter the Immortal Order HQ's basement. This is because the organization allegedly had a man-eater inside. The protagonists of Heavenly Delusion made their way into the basement. They could sense the presence of a man-eater. However, Kuruko started hallucinating severely, which led to her misfiring the Kira-beam. Moreover, her hallucination led her to believe that she was being killed by the man-eaters and that Maru has died. However, Kuruko soon regained her consciousness and was shocked to find Maru kissing her. The latter went on to kill the man-eaters that seemed to have caused the hallucination in the first place. At this point in Heavenly Delusion, Maru and Kuruko found Dr. Usami, who politely requested for their help. Kuruko and Maru entering Dr. Usami's facility. There were plenty of injured people who had prosthetic limbs made from metal. As Maru and Kuruko continued to walk further into the facility, they realized that Dr. Usami was actually helping people live better life. Soon, they reached the ward containing the same patient that terrified Mizuhashi. The sight horrified Maru and Kuruko, since they saw a woman who was cut up into pieces and attached to various machines. Usami went on to reveal that this was the person that Maru had to kill. Naturally, this shocked the duo, and they asked him if humans could be man-eaters as well. Once a person is infected with a virus, they die as human beings and become man-eaters eventually. The person in question was infected and there was nothing that Usami could do, except slow down the rate of progression. The patient wanted to see the sky one last time before she died. She thanked Usami for all that he had done for her, and Maru proceeded to free her from the pain and suffering. During the protest, one of the members from Liviaman threw a rock which instigated a violent reaction from the Immortal Order. They retaliated by throwing a rock as well. This led to Mizuhashi falling on the ground and injuring herself. However, one of the members who had taken her inside to treat her lied to the followers. He stated that their leader was dead, and Liviaman decided to attack the Immortal Order. This led to one of the members killing someone as well. The Immortal Order members fled from the building and met Dr. Usami on a street. He revealed that Hashio had died of natural causes. He then instructed his followers to commute to a nearby settlement and wait for him upon reaching there. Kuruko asked them about Robin, and they knew him since he worked with Dr. Usami. She was incredibly happy that Robin was alive. Hashio was someone Usami dearly loved, and he decided to spend some more time with her on the roof. Unfortunately, he proceeded to shoot himself in the head, as he held Hashio in his arms. Maru and Kuruko immediately ran to the roof and they found Usami's dead body. Maru was incredibly disturbed and emotional. He told Kuruko that he was extremely different from Robin and Usami since his hands only brought death. Toward the end, fans see Usami hold onto a pin that had the same crest as Kuruko's weapon. It will be interesting to see the connection between Usami with the crest, as well as what it represents.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.